What is a rational optimist? Why is it a superpower? And how can knowing what it is transform you into the best version of yourself? Let's get into it. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Darragh, and on this channel we look at ways young people can live happier, richer and more productive lives. So if you do want to join in on the conversation, hit the subscribe button down below. Don't miss out on any of the content that we do post up on this channel. As always, I hope you extract as much value out of this video as I did making it. Of recent, I've been thinking hard about what it means to be the best version of myself and how to reach my maximum potential by controlling the controllables and not letting what is out of my control negatively affect me. As the Stoics once said, "Lord, grant me the strength to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference." And in this quest to finding out how to reach my maximum potential, I came across this concept of the rational optimist. And in the context of what I'm doing and where I want to progress to, and maybe you too, it's a very important concept to actually understand. Generally speaking, the vast majority of people, if not all people who the world might define as successful, or whoever you define success, are rational optimists. Matt Ridley says in his book, The Rational Optimist, yeah, I did steal the name from him. He says, "I am a rational optimist. Rational because I have arrived at optimism, not through temperament or instinct, but by looking at the evidence." I would definitely describe myself as an optimist by nature. Definitely the glass is completely full rather than a tiny bit empty. That didn't even make any sense. Half full or half empty, there you go. But that's not always a good thing, because sometimes my blind commitment to optimism can lead me astray, which is why the rational part of the title of this book caught my attention so quickly. It is the perfect blend of, say, sugar and spice. Rational in the sense that you see the world in the way that it really is, but an optimist in that you believe in your capabilities enough to get things done. Naval Ravikant, who we've talked a lot about on this channel before, says that to create things and to really make a real impact on the world, you have to be a rational optimist. Let's look at the opposite kind of person for a second, the irrational cynic. These are people who are only critical in their lives and they will never really do anything impactful. Even worse, they'll actually prevent people around them from doing great things. And there's nothing wrong with shooting things down once you try and come up with a solution. There is a great army analogy that says either lead, follow, or get out of the way. And the irrational cynic is someone who is looking for the fourth option. They don't want to lead, they don't want to follow, and they definitely don't want to get out of the fucking way either. If you can, avoid these people at all costs, because they will stifle you from doing great things. The most successful people in the world have a very strong action bias. These are people that learn by doing, and it's better to think big and rational within your own means and what you think is possible, because the upside is unlimited and the downside is minimal once you avoid the risk of ruin. Take rationally optimistic bets with a large upside. So how can we use this to your advantage in the future? Well, for me anyway, I'm lucky in the sense that I am naturally optimistic person, but I have to be completely honest and say that in the past I am sometimes selectively rational, and I think all of us do this to a certain extent, some more than others. I studied engineering in college, so I'm well capable of looking at things and making decisions based off data and evidence, but sometimes I let the optimism skew the evidence such that the rational part of the rational optimist isn't so rational anymore. And now that I know this, I'm halfway there in fixing that, because I can now be intentional in my thinking and always conscious that the rational optimist will always bring out the best version of myself and allow me to reach my full potential. So that's what I'm going to do, as opposed to being selectively rational. I'm going to ask you a question. Are you a rational optimist? Be honest with yourself and comment down below whether you think you are a rational optimist or not. And if not, how you maybe can take some steps in becoming more rational and optimistic in your own mindset. If you like this kind of content and want to learn more about how to be the best version of yourself, you might want to check up this video up here for anybody that has ever felt like they've fallen behind in life. We'll see you in the next one. Slán.